So, you know, those are some of the incidents that sometimes make you ask God, so what plan do you have for me? Because you have spared me this one. If I had just driven just a few meters down, I would have been right in the middle of it.
Now you are in Nairobi.
Now I was in Nairobi.
So, when you said 98,
yes,
I actually thought you were going to talk about something different.
The bomb blast.
Yes. Were you in Nairobi during the bomb blast?
I was. Actually, that time, no, actually, that reminds me, I moved in 99 because 98 I was in Ludhuli House. I had one of the election petitions. Remember, we had just done the elections. Which year? So there were some petitions coming up. And we were going to view the ballot papers in industrial area where they were being kept, because I was one of the lawyers for the petitioner. And when I was, so I was driving on Moi Avenue.
So now you've bought your car?
No, actually I was driving my husband's car.
Okay.
By that time I didn't have a car.
Okay.
But we had a family car. So I was driving down Moi Avenue so that I can then take Landis Road into industrial area.
I get it.
That was the idea. So just when I was parallel to Gill House, you know Gill House? Just after the lights, after Kencom, and the lights had stopped us. And then there was the first blast. I was driving.
Wow.
And so you are thinking, you know, for those who are there, you know, the first blast was small, very tiny. And we all thought, is that a gunshot? Is there a robbery? That time bank robberies were also very common. So once in a while, there will be some gunshots in town. So then, even before you have thought about it, now there was the explosion. And then within a few seconds, I saw people running in all directions. Wow. I have still stopped. But you see now the car, I haven't stopped the car because I'm waiting to move. So the car is on wait, but the ignition is on. So when I saw people running, some are full of blood and all that, they're injured, running in our direction, I'm thinking, wow, what is the problem? No one is talking, people are just running. There's a lot of, chaos, And my first instinct was, get out of the car and run. So I got out of the car, left the ignition, left the key, everything. That time, all cars were using keys.
Yeah.
Not like now. I left it. I just left and ran towards Gill House. Just crossed over. When I got to Gill House, the shop, all the windows, glasses shattered all over. Everything was down. So I asked myself, I'm running away from trouble, but it looks like trouble is on this side. What is going on? So I just felt I'm not safe even running in this direction. So I went quickly back to the car. I started and did a U-turn and then went towards Kencom.
Yes.
By the time I got to the Kencom lights, some guys just surrounded my car. They were carrying a guy who was injured. And they said, please help us. Let's take him to Kenyatta. So I opened my car.
What?
And they put that guy in. Let me tell you, that was the longest ride I've ever had. From Kencom to Kenyatta Hospital. I think the car stalled. You know, those times the cars were not automatic. They were the clutch, balance. And so I took the guy to Kenyatta and left him at casualty. So those guys were taking care of him. So I went home. That time we were living in Gumo Estate. So I did not get injured. And when I got home, you see now, by the time I leave, I have no idea what is happening. And actually, frankly, most people had no idea.
Yes.
And we just went to the hospital, and then I went straight home. That is when now I saw on TV, it's a bomb. And I could not actually even understand the magnitude of that event. When you saw, the pictures of buildings are down, people are killed, vehicles are burned down, some people are being dug out of the rumble. I mean, it was just terrible. And then I escaped with only, when I got home, that car, the side mirror just cut into two on its own.
What?
But it was not damaged anywhere else, and I was not injured at all. So, those are some of the incidents that sometimes make you ask God, so what plan do you have for me? Because you have spared me this one. If I had just driven just a few meters down, I would have been right in the middle of it. And I would just have been next to Ufundi house, which went down.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Or even the bus that was coming up and it was just shattered. Yes. So I mean, so there are those events that happen to us, and you have to also ask yourself, what is your purpose in life? Why does God spare you from such an event? And yet you are right there at that particular moment. Others went, others were disabled, others lost their sight, but you're here, full.
I didn't think this story was going there. When I asked you about it, I thought you were going to tell me, I know 98, the reason I didn't talk about it is because I was at home.
No.
You were
I was right in the middle of it. But I escaped unscathed.
You even helped somebody.
And I helped somebody. I truly hope I saved his life. Because, they are not people I knew.
Yes.
So I didn't have a way of following up on.
Yeah,
but many people are saved anyway.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go to happier thing of 99 when you moved to
Now
Nairobi.
I've moved to Nairobi. So moving to Nairobi was eventless. I don't think anything interesting happened. I just continued with my business.
Are you feeling success?
Yes, by this time now I'm getting some good clients. That is actually when I started acting for Equity Building Society.
You can,
as an external lawyer.
That one, you take it slowly. You can't just be like, well, that's when I started, where they also ordered bananas at the same time. So, how does, because that's a turning point. So that's a huge turning point of your life.
Yes.
How does equity come into your life? Because that happened at Old Mutual.
When I was in Old Mutual,